you believe it? Just a few decades ago, things you might now call weird or impossible were once seen as bold expressions of personality and luxury in every American home. Imagine this: a bathroom fully carpeted from floor to toilet in thick, shaggy rugs. That was the reality of 1970s home decor. Today, we're taking you on a journey through 20 home decor trends that once took America by storm, but have now completely disappeared. How many of these do you remember? Shag carpeting. The moment you stepped into the living room of any home in the 60s and 70s, your feet would immediately sink into the thick, soft shag carpeting. It was an unforgettable sensory experience, shaping the living spaces of millions of American families during the vibrant years of the 70s. This distinctive type of carpet, with its long, thick fibers, was not just a decorative item, but also a symbol of warmth and a relaxed style, beginning to spread across households from the late 60s and reaching its peak in the 70s.
Then listen to this from Lincoln, Chicago's largest shop-at-home service, for less than $5 a month. And it's only $77. All yours for less than $5 a month.
It often appeared in the characteristic earthy tones of the era, such as soothing avocado green, warm mustard yellow, or vibrant burnt orange, bringing a beauty that was both luxurious and inviting, soft under every step. Whether it was the living room, bedroom, or even the bathroom, shag carpeting seemed to be everywhere, transforming each room into a comfortable yet stylish retreat. However, keeping these carpets clean was no small challenge. The thick fibers could easily hold onto dust and debris, and any small item like a lapel pin or a tiny earring could vanish permanently into that sea of shag, making cleanup an endless search. Yet, these minor inconveniences did not diminish the love people had for it. When combined with warm wood-paneled walls, shag carpeting created a truly cozy and relaxed living room space where the whole family could gather, enjoying their favorite TV shows after a long day. It wasn't just a decorative item, it was the backdrop for countless family memories, simple evenings together filled with laughter. Beanbag chairs. Do you remember that supremely lazy and comfortable feeling when you sank into a giant beanbag chair and it embraced every curve of your body? These simple, oversized chairs filled with foam beads were a 70s phenomenon, appearing everywhere from family living rooms to student dorms and youth bedrooms. They offered a comfortable, unrestricted alternative to rigid, traditional furniture with bright, vibrant colors like burnt orange and lemon yellow. These chairs easily conformed to any sitting position, making them ideal for relaxing, reading, watching TV, or simply lounging and listening to music. They were especially popular with children and teenagers in the 70s, becoming a favorite item for all friend gatherings or relaxing afternoons after school. Their parents had to constantly reinflate these chairs whenever they deflated, after countless times their owners bounced on them. Today, beanbag chairs are much less common, but when you see one, you can't help but feel nostalgic for the comfortable, carefree, and free-spirited atmosphere of a bygone youth. They symbolize rustic relaxation, like a gentle invitation to put aside all worries and simply live fully in the present moment. Conversation pits. For those who loved sophistication, a unique architectural highlight that often drew all eyes was the conversation pit. This was a seating area lowered below the main floor, creating a distinct zone within the room itself. These areas often featured steps leading down, with comfortable seating arranged along the perimeter, enhancing the cozy and intimate feeling for gatherings and conversations. In the center of the pit, there was usually a low table or a fireplace for cold winter days. While certainly creative and unique, offering a bold design style, conversation pits could also pose a danger to small children or the elderly, as they were a pit without protective railings. This may have led to some unexpected accidents at luxurious 70s parties. Another form of conversation pit was the on-ground conversation pit, created using modular furniture, which was also very popular in the 1970s. Depending on how you arrange these modular pieces, you could create a wonderful setting for a group conversation. Regardless, conversation pits remained a symbol of innovation in interior design, of an era where people continuously sought new ways to interact and create unique living spaces. Wood paneling. Wood paneling was a prominent design feature of the 1970s. Whether real wood or faux wood veneer, it transformed the walls of countless homes with characteristic deep, warm tones, creating an incredibly cozy and intimate atmosphere like a true log cabin. From living rooms to entertainment rooms, it appeared everywhere, providing a sense of peaceful retreat separated from the outside noise. This was not only a practical, but also a very stylish choice at the time. It easily concealed wall imperfections and perfectly harmonized with the earthy tones of contemporary furniture, creating a cohesive and natural overall look. Although wood paneling is no longer fashionable in modern homes today, simply looking back at those images evokes memories of a simpler time, when the home truly was a cozy retreat, where families gathered and found peace. It is an indispensable part of the living space memories for many who grew up in the 70s. Rotary phones. Do you still remember the distinctive clicking sound as the dial on that old telephone returned to its original position? Rotary phones, with their sturdy design and characteristic round dial, were once the indispensable communication hub for every family. Making a call required considerable patience, especially if the number you wanted to dial had many nines or zeros. Each rotation of the dial was a rhythm of waiting, and when the phone rang, a thrill surged because you never knew who was on the other end of the line, as caller ID wasn't available back then. These phones were often prominently placed on kitchen counters where people frequently passed by, or on a small table in the hallway, easily accessible to every family member. It was where family members spent hours chatting, sharing stories of their day, or arranging plans for weekend outings. They were not just communication devices. They were a part of social life, where news was shared, affections were expressed, and relationships were nurtured. The rotary phone was a silent witness to countless important calls, emotional confessions, or unexpected news, all transmitted through that limited line. Although rotary phones were gradually replaced by push-button models and digital technology over time, it's undeniable that these devices remain a nostalgic reminder of an unhurried life full of eagerness.
Hello?
Lava lamps. When talking about the most unforgettable decorative items of the 70s, lava lamps are a must-mention. Although they first appeared in the 1960s, it wasn't until the 70s that lava lamps truly became a cultural phenomenon and a beloved decoration in every room. Whether bought at a local souvenir shop or from a retailer like Woolworth's, it was very distinctive yet extremely affordable. These lamps created a relaxing, almost mesmerizing atmosphere with colorful wax blobs slowly floating in clear liquid. They came in every conceivable color combination, from classic red and yellow to more experimental blue and green. Turning on a lava lamp and watching the slow, graceful movement of the wax was an almost meditative experience, perfect for cozy parties or when you wanted to enjoy peaceful moments with friends. Lava lamps were not just decorative items, they were moving works of art, representing the freedom and creativity that the 70s brought. They evoked a dreamy sensation, transporting you to another world where time seemed to slow down and all worries vanished. Combined with blacklight posters, or other psychedelic decorations, they became an irreplaceable part of 1970s bedrooms. Would you like to own such a lamp? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Sunburst clocks. Do you still remember those prominent sunburst clocks, often an impressive focal point on your living room or kitchen wall? Sunburst clocks became an icon in the 1970s, although their origins actually stemmed from the mid-20th century modern movement of the 50s. By the early 70s, almost every department store sold sunburst clocks, making them a popular household item. This type of clock stood out with its bold and unique design, a compact clock face, often made of metal or wood, surrounded by powerful rays radiating outwards like sunbeams. They appeared everywhere, in kitchens, living rooms, and even hanging above fireplaces, adding a stylish and artistic touch to the home. Part of their popularity was how perfectly they harmonized with wood paneling and the characteristic earthy tones of that period, creating a wonderful blend of timeless classic appearance and distinctive modern flair. Not only created to enhance the aesthetics of the home, sunburst clocks were also built to last. They were often made of brass or aluminum, adding a touch of sparkle to the rustic beauty of the era. Avocado green appliances. Avocado green kitchen appliances were the pinnacle of kitchen fashion in the 70s. From refrigerators to ovens, even dishwashers, this color dominated every kitchen across America. This was not just a simple color, it was a bold statement, reflecting the era's love for earthy tones and natural color palettes. These avocado green tones were often subtly combined with warm wooden cabinets and vinyl flooring, giving kitchens a cozy, home-like feel. The durable metal casings of these appliances helped them last for decades, becoming silent witnesses to countless family meals and gatherings. Interestingly, avocado green was once considered modern and luxurious at the time, despite contemporary design views that might deem it outdated. It is a part of history, a reminder of how we once defined beauty and style, and it still holds a special place in the memories of those who grew up with it. Avocado green in the kitchen was not just a decorating trend, but also a sign of an era when people wanted to bring nature into their homes, more clearly, more prominently, as a way to refresh life after turmoil. TV trays. Do you still remember those evenings watching TV with family, when dinner was served right in front of the television on those compact, convenient tables? TV trays were an essential part of 70s life, especially during those relaxing evenings. These small, foldable tables were designed for convenient and portable dining, allowing you to enjoy dinner right in front of the TV screen without needing to sit at a formal dining table. They often came in sets, neatly stored in a corner when not in use, and only brought out for relaxed evenings when a formal meal wasn't required. You could easily find these TV trays at most large department stores back then, like Sears or J.C. Penney, where they were widely sold to meet the needs of modern families. TV trays were not just useful items, they were also a symbol of a shift in family lifestyle. As television increasingly became the center of the living space and intimate meals were prioritized over formality, they evoke memories of simple yet warm moments where the whole family shared a meal and a favorite movie. Vinyl record players. If you were a music lover in the 70s, then a vinyl record player was definitely a must-have device in every home. Before streaming services or digital downloads existed as they do today, playing vinyl records was the best way to experience music most fully and authentically. Whether you loved soul, disco, or rock, you couldn't help but anticipate that first click after placing the record on the player. Record players came in all shapes and sizes, from large, imposing wooden console units with a classic look to more compact, portable models convenient for travel. Major brands like RCA and Sony created high-quality record players that people often proudly displayed in their living rooms, considering them a piece of sophisticated furniture. Record players were not just for listening to music. They were also the centerpiece of social gatherings, cozy, small parties where people discovered new albums together and shared their passion for music. Do you remember the excitement of opening a new album, carefully taking the record out of its sleeve, placing it on the turntable, and listening to the first notes play? It was a ritual, a part of the musical experience that today's generation might find hard to grasp. It was a deep connection to the music, to every note and lyric, something only vinyl could provide. Macrame plant hangers. Did you notice that macrame plant hangers were everywhere in 70s homes? This intricate knot-tying art experienced a strong resurgence at the time, as people began to embrace and love a handcrafted, natural, and highly personal decorating style. You could easily buy macrame hangers at local craft fairs where talented artisans displayed their products, or even make one yourself with a kit bought at large stores like Woolworths or Kmart. They were both decorative and incredibly practical, allowing you to hang lush green potted plants from the ceiling, brightening every corner of the room and perfect for adding a rustic, nature-friendly touch to living spaces. The intricate knots and patterns made them even more unique, as they were often dyed in earthy colors like brown, beige, or deep orange. Does this item bring back a familiar feeling, like reliving your childhood home? Macrame hangers were not just decorations. They were a symbol of returning to nature, to handcrafted values and personal creativity, a trend that shaped the 70s lifestyle. They evoked memories of a time when every item in the home could be handmade, bearing the owner's distinct mark and a love for nature. Harvest Gold Decor. Similar to avocado green, Harvest Gold was another prevalent shade that spread throughout 70s homes, becoming an indispensable tone in the era's interior color palette. This warm mustard yellow dominated kitchen and living room spaces, appearing on everything from major appliances to countertops and even window curtains, creating a harmonious and characterful overall look. It was considered a modern and fashionable choice at the time, replacing traditional white and gray tones inspired by the nature that the era was gravitating towards. Harvest Gold often appeared alongside wood paneling and shag carpeting, creating a cozy, inviting environment where people could relax and feel completely at ease. Whether it was the throw pillows in the living room or your mom's favorite kitchen appliance, items in this color made the space vibrant and fresh, perfectly harmonizing with the cheerful, relaxed atmosphere characteristic of the era's living spaces. Fondue Sets. If you lived through the 70s, you surely won't forget the brightly colored fondue sets, an indispensable item at every party of that era. Although originating as a Swiss tradition, fondue became extremely popular in America during this decade, transforming every dinner party into a lively and memorable social event. Fondue sets came in all styles and colors, often fitting the era's love for bold, earthy tones like orange or brown. They also had diverse uses, such as cheese fondue, chocolate fondue, or even hot oil for meat. Enjoying fondue wasn't just about the food. It was the joy of gathering around the table with family or friends, each with their long fork, sharing a bubbling pot of fondue with laughter echoing throughout the room. This truly embodied connection of memorable evenings where food was merely an excuse for people to come closer, share stories, and create beautiful memories. Do you remember how excited you were when someone brought out a fondue set? It immediately signaled that the evening would be something special, a departure from ordinary dinners. Velvet paintings. Velvet paintings were a unique yet iconic decorative choice in the 70s. These artworks, often depicting exotic animals with expressive eyes, serene landscapes with highlighted details, or mysterious images, were painted on black velvet fabric, giving them a rich, almost glowing appearance, creating a mystical feel. Although seemingly a bit eccentric or unusual compared to other art styles, velvet paintings perfectly fit the eclectic, adventurous decorating style of the 70s. They were often prominently displayed on walls, creating bold and distinctive focal points, attracting all eyes, whether it was an Elvis portrait or a painting of a tiger. Velvet paintings were not just simple pictures. They were a statement of uniqueness, of breaking old rules in home decoration. They evoke memories of a time when art didn't necessarily have to follow traditional norms, but could be a strong expression of individuality, something different and full of surprise. Popcorn ceilings. Popcorn ceilings, also known as acoustic ceilings or textured ceilings, were a common sight in homes throughout the 70s, with their bumpy, uniquely practical texture. Builders favored them for many reasons. Firstly, they easily concealed minor imperfections on the ceiling without the effort of perfectly smoothing them. Secondly, they also had sound dampening capabilities, making them a popular choice in living rooms, bedrooms, and hallways, creating a quieter and more private space. Although today they can collect dust and be difficult to clean, the textured appearance of popcorn ceilings added a cozy element, giving the home a softer and more insulated feel. While they are no longer favored in modern home design and are often removed in renovation projects, seeing a popcorn ceiling can transport you back to the era when this method was popular, a time when convenience and efficiency were highly valued in construction. It is a testament to how design can serve both aesthetic purposes and solve practical problems. Waterbeds. Do you remember that gentle floating sensation, almost like drifting on a small wave, every time you lay down on a waterbed? Waterbeds were the ultimate representation of comfort and luxury in the 70s. Initially designed for medical purposes, they quickly became a sought-after bedroom furniture item, offering a unique and unparalleled sleeping experience. That feeling of free, weightless floating was a big selling point, providing a level of relaxation that traditional mattresses couldn't match. Couples loved them for the extraordinary comfort they provided, and children found them great fun to jump on, turning the bed into an exciting trampoline. Although waterbeds gradually went out of style in subsequent decades due to complex maintenance issues and the risk of leaks, they were at the heart of many 70s bedrooms, representing extravagance and liberality. They are part of the story of experimentation and the search for novel experiences in life. Do you have any memories of this strange type of bed? Please share your story and comment below. Wicker Furniture. If you wanted a rustic, nature-friendly style that was also durable over time, then wicker furniture was the perfect choice for you. Made from woven rattan or other plant sources, this style of tables and chairs was a characteristic hallmark of 1970s homes, bringing a natural, airy feel to living spaces. You could order these furniture pieces at stores like Pier 1 Imports or local home goods stores specializing in natural materials. Not only suitable for outdoor spaces, many people also use them indoors, combining them with macrame hangers and houseplants to transform ordinary spaces into relaxing, liberal retreats. Wicker furniture was not only beautiful, but also perfect for relaxing with a book on a quiet afternoon or gathering with friends for intimate conversations. They embody simplicity, natural beauty, and harmony with the environment, a trend that shaped the 70s lifestyle. Polaroid cameras. When talking about revolutionary breakthroughs, in 1970s technology, Polaroid cameras cannot be overlooked. Developed by Polaroid Corporation, they allowed people to capture and print photos instantly. The magic of taking a picture and watching it develop in your hand made Polaroid cameras an incredibly popular household item, helping to capture every everyday moment, whether a birthday or a time with friends. Holding the camera was simple. Just aim and shoot, making it accessible to everyone, from children to adults. And each photo became a precious keepsake, a small, tangible piece of the moment. Do you remember the excitement of shaking that small square film, waiting for the image to appear, and then passing the photos around to admire them? That is an indelible memory in the minds of many. Polaroid cameras were not just devices. They were a gateway to instant memories, a way to preserve precious moments without having to wait hours or even days for photos to be developed. They changed how we interacted with the world around us and preserved memories, reminding us not to forget the simple and joyful memories of a bygone era. Brown leather recliners. Can you visualize a dad comfortably seated in his brown leather recliner, often after a long day at work, relaxing in front of the TV? Brown leather recliners were a staple in many 70s living rooms, symbolizing ultimate comfort and relaxation. The leather material, though durable and sturdy, would eventually develop a unique patina, adding its own character and story to the chair over time. These large plush chairs became the ideal spot for dads to unwind after a long day, often prominently placed in front of the TV where they could comfortably watch football or their favorite shows. With a simple pull of a lever, the chair would smoothly recline and the footrest would pop up, making it the perfect spot for an afternoon nap or undisturbed football watching. Therefore, it was not just a piece of furniture, it was also a symbol of status, of rest, of peaceful and private moments that every man deserved. It evokes memories of cozy evenings when the hum of the TV and the presence of the recliner created a familiar and safe feeling. Faux Fur Throws. Faux fur throws were once a familiar household item in many 70s homes, not only for their warmth, but also for the soft and luxurious beauty they brought. When lightly draped over a sofa, spread over an armchair, or laid across a bed, they immediately created a cozy accent, helping to define a comfortable and distinctly aesthetic lifestyle. The feeling of snuggling into that soft blanket on chilly evenings while watching TV or reading a book is something many still fondly remember. Faux fur throws varied in patterns and colors, from natural browns and whites to more vibrant shades like deep red or blue. They were made from sophisticated synthetic materials, mimicking real fur with natural softness and sheen, both environmentally friendly and pleasant to touch. They are prime examples of the era's preference for highly tactile materials in interior design, adding warmth and intimacy to living spaces, especially in rooms with wood paneling or shag carpeting. Not merely items for warmth, faux fur throws also brought a sense of allure and sophistication to any room. They evoke peaceful evenings when just a soft blanket was enough to ward off the cold and bring an unusual feeling of safety and comfort. We have just concluded our journey through the home decor items that have fallen asleep from the 70s. Each item, from shag carpeting to faux fur throws, is a piece of memory, a reminder of a colorful era, full of creativity and simple living values. Although these items are no longer common in modern life today, they still hold a special place in the memories and hearts of those who lived through that period. They are silent witnesses to cozy family meals, gatherings for TV evenings, lively parties, and the peaceful moments of youth. Do you remember any other items that made up your 70s home? Or which of the items we just explored is linked to your fondest memories? Please share your personal memories and thoughts on this topic in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more nostalgic videos.